Today on the bench, Yamaha CR 450. This is a repair. The customer reports that the phono section is bad or weak. So I've got it connected to speakers. I've got it plugged into my dim bulb tester just because I'm not sure what the actual operational status of this one is. So let's turn this down. It's on FM. Just want to see if we get any sound out of this thing. Oh. So loud pop, noisy transistor, sounds like over there on the left side. Getting sound out of the radio. So that's good. It's kind of squeaky. Alright, so loud pop when we turn it on. Squeaky FM. Let's connect my turntable, or let's connect my phone to the phono on this thing and see what happens. Flies. And I cannot plug the RCA cable into the phono jack. So I suspect that there is probably some obstruction that's either damaged or one of these have broken off in there. So interesting. What I'll be doing next is I'm going to disconnect speakers, disconnect from power. I'm going to remove this from the case. I'm not sure about the 450, but on most of these that are in the wooden case, you want to turn the tuning dial all the way to the right because there's typically a clip in here that could sever that or snag the tuning dial cord. And then to take this apart, kind of show you what I'll be doing. I'll just be removing the looks like only 4 screws, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Be removing these 4 screws and sliding this out of the case. Alright, so I'm going to pop this out of there and let's take a look. Receiver's out of the case and I'm seeing lots of issues here. So first off, let me move the camera a little bit, see if I can get this. See the 2 big filter caps? They're split on the top. They're bulging, they're split. Those are going to have to be addressed. This fuse is just flopping around back here. The screw is missing from the back, so that will need to be addressed. That's a good potential to cause a short. I'm looking. I can't tell if there is a... Yep, there's a broken post in phono, so I'm going to ease that out of there. I'm going to have to let the owner know what's going on with this because this is going to be a little more involved than they may have anticipated. I'm going to clean this up, get a better look at what's going on here as well. Lots of caps that are kind of questionable looking. I don't see anything burned. I don't see any evidence of a prior repair, but I'm just giving this a real quick once over. Alright, I'm going to have to see if I can get a screw to address this. There's a nut in there, so just the screw came out. Oh, there's a screw right here. So what happened was the screw came out, instead of putting it where it was supposed to go, they put it into the hole next to it. So I need to snap some pics with my phone for the owner, show them what's going on. And that'll just kind of fix, and I'm going to pop that piece out of there. So let's do that. I'll do that on camera because that might be kind of interesting. Alright, so the try to get that in there, and oh man, that is stuck in there really good. I'm gonna have to get one of my real thin screwdrivers to get that out of there, and hopefully the back end of it isn't caught on something, which I kind of suspect might be the case, since it might be a little more involved than I'm anticipating. Oh, no, it's coming out. Right. Oh, almost. Oh, my pliers. My needle nose pliers are bent at the tip on those, so there we are. So there's the broken end of the RCA jack. That was hopefully preventing Phono from working, but we'll have to verify that. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to attach that fuse in the back, and I do want to see what's going on with Phono, just so I can give the customer an idea of how involved this repair might be. So I'm going to screw that little fuse block back in there. I'll probably dust this out so I can get a better look at everything, and then we'll come back and test. Dust has been blown out. Reattach that fuse block. I did notice another issue here. This light has like been burned out, and it looks like maybe there's an attempt to glue it back into, oh, I don't know. It's like there's some kind of, like the plastic melted. So I have to figure out what light is that? Oh, it's the meter lights. And you know, one thing I did not really pay much attention to was the status of the lights. So let me fire this up, and it's a nice pop. Yeah, we have no lights. So no lights. We have fuses that so we have some fuses that I need to check the status of. This thing was really, really dusty. The fuses appear to be intact. I have to see what's going on with this light for the meters. But first, let's test Phono. Now, sometimes I'll actually plug a turntable in, but most often I don't have one handy in the garage. So what I do is I run my phone through the Phono, volume down, kind of halfway. Right, so I'll turn this down to about halfway. I just want to see if I get any sound out of Phono. So volume down, go to Phono, turn on. That's a horrible click. Yep, there's issues in the protection circuit. Phono sounds fine. So I don't know that there's an issue with Phono other than the fact. Alright, so, and I'm hearing kind of that rumbling, kind of that distant thunder kind of noise, or radio static noise coming from the right speaker and not the left. So have a noisy transistor, probably in the preamp section is what I would guess. So this is one of those where I'm going to have to contact the owner and see exactly what they want me to do, right? Because we have that issue at power on with the pop, and so that means that there's an issue in the protection circuit or the power supply, right? And with these bulging caps, I mean, there's all sorts of issues there. I still hear noise coming out of the speaker because this is still on. So we definitely have transistors going noisy somewhere. Again, I would guess is probably in the preamp section. We have the issue with the lamp. That fuse block that was loose, I've resolved that already. So anyway, what I'm going to have to do is contact the owner and see, kind of give the owner a rundown of everything going on with this, and I'll have to see just how far they want me to go with the repairs. So part two, I will at least talk about what I did or what I didn't do, what the owner wanted me to do, and we'll kind of go from there. So if you like what you see, hit like, hit subscribe, and sorry, my mouse is gone from my computer, so I can't stop the video. Oh, there we go. All right.